friends, MD Vegan. I make a breakfast today, like every day, and with fruit, nuts and seeds. These are the 3 macronutrients, and that are the nutrients that all our food, everything we eat, is made up of in different relationships. Mostly we eat carbohydrates, cereals, fruit, also in beans and so on, potatoes. That's all full of carbohydrates. And the smaller amount of what we eat is fat and protein, the other 2 macronutrients. But when they all come together in a meal, it is a complete meal, and we can go on for some time without having to eat again. And the breakfast, to me, has to be fresh, refreshing, energizing, not too heavy. That's the best. So I like fruit as the main part of my breakfast, but I add some fruit, some nuts and seeds. Not always, but sometimes, to get the full range of macronutrients. And there are endless ways to do that. Today I have a very special granola. I have these buckwheaties. That is a wonderful seed, buckwheat, because it has the protein that is so needed. And buckwheaties are crunchy. They are seeds that have been sprouted and dried. And how to make them, it's not difficult. Buckwheat is very available here. It's inexpensive, super healthy, delicious, easy to make. How to sprout them, how to dry them, I show you another video. But you can also purchase them if you can get them. I make them myself, and I store them then for a month in a sealed container, so I always quickly make my breakfast. So, but these are dried, as you may see, and dried and crunchy, with some little sprouts coming out, very tiny, not too much. When you sprout them too long, they turn a little bit bitter. Don't need to have that. Just a little bit of sprouting gives a lot of energy. But when they are dried, what's so nice about them is that you can soak them in a liquid, for example, in a fruit juice. That's wonderful. They soak full of fruit juice, and then they get as fresh as from the field, these seeds. So they are dried seeds, and when they are soaking in juice, they're getting the full freshness and crunchiness of the fresh when they come from the field. So what I do today is I make a fruit juice, and one of my favorite fruit juices, very simple, is just 1 apple, 1 orange, 1 pear. Here I have an apple and an orange. I make it fresh. You can also purchase your juice. Of course, you can make any juice. I take just an apple, an orange, and a pear. Here I show you the pear. I just prepare them already for juicing, and I have my juicer ready to go. It takes only minutes. Right away. There we go. It's just a little bit of juice, you see. That's a cup or so. Not much more, just 1 apple. It's a little bit more than a cup, I would say. But you see, this juice is really creamy. I was so surprised when I did it the first time. It's a funny story how I found out. I'll spare you that now, but it's really interesting. I never tried apple, orange, pear juice, because who would do that? I mean, that you can't purchase that at some place, and nowhere I found it. But it is an amazing juice. It has this nice creaminess, which no juice on its own has. Maybe the pear juice is a little bit creamier, but anyway, it's a really delicious juice. It has the sweetness, the sourness, the little bit bitter. That is, it's awesome. It's a crazy good juice. And I use that today to soak my buckwheaties in. And together with the buckwheaties and the seeds, I have some nuts. I show you the ingredients all up, one after the other. So I put the buckwheaties in first. I show you again. That is 1/2 cup, maybe, not too much. You can take any amount, And at first I put, the juice in. I show you the juice, by the way, when I do that. Here, See, that is the creamy orange apple pear juice together with the buckwheaties. Stir a little bit. So while I'm preparing the breakfast, the seeds can already soak a little bit. They don't need to soak long or so. It's just a nice combination. You can eat it right away because it's such a nice contrast. You have the crunchy dried seeds and this wonderful fresh juice, just pure liquid. And that is a nice contrast, and it's perfect together. The flavor is really amazing. That's the first part. It sits down there, now there. And the next is a raisin. It's a dried berry, a grape. You know, we all know raisins. Very inexpensive and super sweet, and they have an aggressive sweetness. Goes so nicely also with these buckwheaties. Also, I mean, dried fruit are different than fresh fruit, from fresh fruit. Fresh fruit are crunchy and watery and sweet and sour, you know, full. But the dried fruit, they are more condensed. They are more energetic. Yeah? You can't eat so many of dried fruit. They are too dry, too condensed, and they have more power. And this power also makes these dried fruit, for me, so attractive for a breakfast, especially in the cold weather, because they add more energy. Yeah, they make it warming, as opposed to fruit with the high water content. The fresh fruit, they are rather cooling, usually. So I put the raisins. They have a super high antioxidant content. It is a very healthy thing. A raisin. I like the raisins, but I don't use them so much as my favorite sweetener. I use the dates. They are perfect for sweetening almost everything. The raisins are even sweeter than dates, but they have this aggressive, this bite. Yeah? I can crunch, I can snack on them. I can eat some raisins, but soon that will be enough. But dates, I can go on. I can eat dates all the time. They are nicer. I love raisins. I always have them at home. Don't get me wrong, but for the sweetener, you don't use them that often. Yeah? The dates are favorite sweetener. But the raisins are wonderful, and I have them now here. They also soak. You can also soak raisins overnight in juice and get these wonderful thick berries. Yeah, these raisin berries with juice. I use them in other recipes too later. But so far I put them now into the buckwheaties, and another dried ingredient is a hazelnut. Nuts. That's the second part. From the protein and fat part, yeah, the two macronutrients that are the least what we need. So protein and fat are seeds and nuts. I put them in there too. And now we have already a variety of textures, nutrients and flavors, you know, together. That makes this breakfast already very exciting and gives it a great variety, which is important. The variety as such also is something that is filling and keeping. The more different the nutrients are, and textures, flavors, colors, all that are also nutrients, because that's the way we now see nutrients. Didn't think of that earlier. The more we learn about the food, the more we understand that are all nutrients. All these things are nutrients. And the greater variety of nutrients you have, the better it is for the health and the more keeping it is. So I have now 3 different ones. Now I have the fresh fruit. There are 3 fresh fruits in this fruit salad. The one is 1 apple here, cut into small pieces, and 2 bananas, also in slices. Apples, bananas. Bananas I put oftentimes in a fruit salad because as a canvas, so to say, as a background. And they are more the neutral element of a fruit salad. Where the apple, for example, a very strong characteristic features, the crunchy, they are sweet and sour, they are very predominant. If you have too many apples in a fruit salad, it can be overwhelmed. But it's hard to put too many bananas in a fruit salad. Bananas are always going in a fruit salad. But the apples you have to measure a little bit. And the tangerines here, The third fresh fruit is so between the banana and the apple. It is juicier, it has a fresher character, yeah? It has a wonderful freshness to it. And that is a classical fruit salad, apple, banana, tangerine. You don't need more. Get some raisins to it, get some hazelnuts to it, and then the granola, the fruit juice here. That's it today. That's all. Now usually you can make a fruit salad also with the granola, the cereals, with the milk, yeah, with the plant milk. Yeah. That is the other way to make a granola. But I do that all the time. But today I wanted to make it with this wonderful fruit juice, especially because of the granola, the buckwheaties. Because I think, you're gonna try that. If you have this buckwheatie, these little crunchy powerhouses soaking in the juice, it is a fantastic result. Yeah? They really change their texture, especially when they sit for a while. But even if they don't, even if you eat them right away, are wonderful, enjoyable, with this very contrast of that fruit juice. Yeah. It's different with milk, with a plant milk. It's a little bit different. It's wonderful too. But today I really wanted to have this fruit juice, yeah, just for the variety of it. Yeah. So put it all together here, oops, and serve it to myself. And that's what it looks like. You see? All together. Isn't that inviting? Yeah, I like it. How about you? I hope you enjoyed the video, at least. If you like the video, subscribe MD Vegan on YouTube, and have another recipe every single day. You'll find the endless vegan variety embraced in my recipes. The method of take 3, that I always use in my recipes now, allows me to create a new recipe every single day. And that's how I can embrace the endless vegan variety. Brings me to so many new ideas I didn't even dream about before I went vegan. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest and Twitter. MD Vegan for you everywhere.